Hi, Gina. So, what brings you in today?
My family is crazy and they called CPS on me, and I'm really worried that I'm going to lose my son
Why are you worried that you're going to lose your son?
because CPS was called and they came out, and that whole process was really terrifying, and I don't understand. I'm trying to be the best mother that I can be, and I don't know what they want from me.
Yeah, it sounds really scary that CPS was out there and called and that you're having some issues with your family. What kind of started all of these issues or why CPS was called?
Well, so Dylan, my son, was with my parents while I was in rehab. I was there for 4 months. I finished my treatment. I did everything I was supposed to do. And they're concerned that I'm going to be back drinking, and they don't like the boyfriend that I have around Dylan. And I don't know. It seems like they're a lot more worried than I am.
Worried about your son?
Yeah.
Okay. What have you tried in the past that has helped, with Dylan and your family?
Well, so I feel like going to rehab was really helpful. I never imagined in my life that I would do that.
Right.
But, I went through it. I worked the 12 steps. I am still working with a sponsor.
Great.
So I just don't know what else they want from me.
How did you feel about rehab?
I felt isolated from my family. They came to visit, but it's not the same thing as being with your son every day.
Right, of course.
So it felt isolating.
Did you find anything that worked during rehab or during that time there that was beneficial?
Yeah, again, I didn't think I'd ever go through that, but the 12 steps really helped. I let go of a lot of stuff that I had been holding on to my whole life, and kind of gave up my power of because I was trying to control everything with alcohol.
Yeah.
So I was able to see what I could do by letting go of that, which was really nice.
That is. Have you taken anything outside of rehab that has helped work since being, back home?
Yeah, so I'm still going to meetings.
Okay.
Still going to NA and AA meetings. My boyfriend's in recovery too, so it's nice to have somebody that knows what I'm going through.
Yeah, absolutely. So the situation with your son and your parents, kind of what has the drinking cost you, or being in the rehab kind of cost you at this point in your life?
I feel like I lost a lot of time. 4 months is a long time to be away from a 2-year-old. I feel like I'm missing all the important steps and things in his life. So that was hard.
Is that something that you want to change?
Yeah.
What do you think are some ways that we can move forward with, being there for your son and being closer to your family with the substance use?
I just have to not go back to it. And I don't know what else. I guess I could ask them what else they want from me. I feel really lost with that.
Have you talked to your family about kind of how you're feeling, what's going on with your feelings, or is it mainly focused around Dylan and your parents?
It's mostly focused around Dylan and my parents. I'm scared to tell them anything that's going on with me because I feel like they're going to use it against me.
And you think that'll cost you losing your son?
Yeah, I think I could lose that. I think I could lose my parents at some point. I've hurt them a lot with my addiction. So I would understand them not wanting to be there for me anymore.
Do you think that there'd be any benefit in telling your parents how you feel?
I know they want the best for me,
Yeah.
so it might help them understand what I'm going through.
Of course. Is there anything that we can do to make those steps, or anything in the future that we can do together while in therapy? Because you're in therapy, you're wanting to get help, which is a great first step, and you're recognizing your goals and your future. And so is there anything we can do to help, kind of mend all those feelings and emotions and move forward to help you, your family, and Dylan be a family together?
I feel like I don't know what my life would look like without alcohol. And I feel like I'm kind of stuck there of what would that whole thing look like?
Right.
I've just been struggling with addiction for so long. I feel like I can't see it anymore. So it might be nice to see what that would look like.
Is there anything that you can do to, you're doing the NA meetings and the AA meetings, anything else that can help continue staying sober and not using alcohol?
I just need to stay with my routine. but it's hard because as soon as I get bored or I feel like I'm in this like routine I get bored, I want to drink.
What does your routine look like?
I get up and I make breakfast for Dylan and I take him to daycare. I'm trying to find work, but I haven't figured that out yet. And then, like, my boyfriend and I will pick Dylan up from daycare. Dylan comes with us to some meetings. So my parents also give me a hard time about that because they think that he shouldn't be in that environment. And then we go home and get ready for bed.
Okay. So it sounds like you are, daily routine, going to meetings. What do you think the benefit of taking Dylan is to that?
It's just hard. There's not daycare at like the end of the day. So I feel like the only other thing I could do is ask my parents to help me with like childcare, but I'm scared to give them Dylan because I'm scared they won't give him back.
Okay. Do you think it's an appropriate setting for him to be there, or is it just because there's no other option of daycare?
I feel like it's probably daycare.
Okay. So maybe going forward, asking your parents or talking to them about exactly what you just said to me of, this is the reality, I'm wanting to continue going to these meetings, but I also don't feel like it's appropriate for Dylan to be there. I think that they would find that very, rewarding and understanding and positive that you understand this and you're making the right choices to better yourself, but also protecting Dylan.
Yeah, I guess they might see it that way.
What do you think of maybe possibly starting that with them and seeing what they have to say?
Yeah, I think that could be a good start.
Well, I'm really proud of you for being here, and I'm really, supportive and in your corner, and you're accepting where you need to see work, and you're committing to, continuing your sobriety and being there for your son, and I look forward to starting this journey with you.